All right. So this is my fourth attempt at trying to figure out what I'm doing with this game project. So last time I recorded a log, I was stuck working on getting the descriptor buffers working using the extension to the Vulkan API. Now, I did get it working, but it took me a lot of time. I had to create an entirely new project, which if I show here, I created a new project so that I could kind of understand how to use it, what it did, how it did it, kind of stuff. And, fine, I got it working. It's okay. But it's just so much typing. So I wasn't happy with it. It was taking way more effort than what I think it should take, especially for a hobby project. I wasn't having fun with it. So over the last 2 months, since December and well into January, I decided to learn SDL3, which in December wasn't out yet, but they released a few weeks ago version 3.2. So I learned that API again using a sample project. Oops. Right. It's quick to set up, quick to render stuff, and it does everything my Vulkan project does, but it took me a quarter as much time to type it all up, right? Which is great, which is what I want. But that is a sample project that was mostly to learn how to use this API. And compared to Vulkan, it's a lot easier to use. So what I've decided is I'm gonna rebuild it with this API, get rid of all the Vulkan stuff that I've written. Well, I'm not gonna delete it, but you get the idea. It's a reset. To that end, I got a project set up, right? It's still in the early stages. So far I have the window created, right? The GPU selected and everything destructs nicely. The window is created. It's just wrapping the SDL functions with the idea that at some point in the future I could add other rendering backends. Not likely, but I could. For now, this is good enough, right? Goal for today or this week is to get it to the same state as my Vulkan API, which was a fully moving camera, loading meshes, and a bunch of other stuff. My high-level plan, as of today, is to do these steps. So I've already finished this. All right. So next is getting the clear screen, basic input handling, rendering a texture triangle with DDS, and then. Speaking of which, by the way, for DDS, I'm going to be using this library, the DDX-KTX library, that is helpfully made by someone. skillfully made by this individual, which is just a header-only library. It has one header file. It's pretty straightforward, but I'm also going to be wrapping that into my own variables and objects so that it's kind of hidden away. So in future, if I need to replace it, I can do so. But the goal is everything is going to be built using HLSL, same as before. It's going to be compatible with Vulkan as well as Direct3D 12. So it's SDL by default. If you don't specify, we'll use platform-specific APIs. So it uses Vulkan on Linux, Direct3D 12 on Windows. But it'll all be HLSL, so it'll build the same way. The Vulkan project that I had before allowed you to use both GLSL and HLSL, but I think I'm just going to stick with HLSL, which seems good enough for me. What else? Yeah, so that's the goal. Let's see how far I get with it. Well, that's it for now. I'll have another one coming out shortly that goes over the rendering setup with SDL GPU. So, yeah, thanks.